Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 6th canto, verse number 15. Patitang Skalito Bhagna Sandashtas Tapta Ahata Harir Iti Avashena Puman Narhati Yatana Patitang Skalito Bhagna Sandashtas Tapta Ahata Haririti Harirityavashena Harirityavashena Pumanarhati Yatana Pumanarhati Yatana.
Patitang Skalito Bhagana Sandashtas Tapta Ahata Haririta Vasenaha Pumana Narhati Jatana. These are some of the practical examples. There are persons who criticize chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, Nam Arthabhāga, because the glories of the holy name are described here, that one can become free from the sinful reaction of life simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. So sometimes those who are not in the line, they think it is too much. It is too much. So the next verse, it is advised, not it is too much, you can taste it. Taste it. What is that taste? Patita. When you fall down from a high place, suppose from the roof, you may fall down. Patitang Skalita. You may sleep and fall down. Bhagna. By falling down, you may break your bones. Then Sandashta, you may be bitten by some animal, cats, dogs, a snake. There are so many domestic. Then Stapta, you may be burnt. And Ahata, you may be injured from others. Then, during this time, you can taste practical. What is that taste? Hari iti avasena aha. Try to chant Hare Krishna. Puman, if anyone does so, na arhati jatana, you will immediately feel that from the injuries, you are not feeling pain. This is practical. Even a snake bite, you may be saved. The author says, never says that you may be saved from death, but the suggestion is that you may not feel much pain. This is practical. Because this material world is full of danger. these symptoms of dangerous position, patitang skhalito bhagna, especially in the modern age, in the Western countries, accident, motor accident and die is very common thing nowadays. Here also it is becoming. On the whole, even there is no motor accident, there are so many accidents, and every step there is danger. Padam padam jad vipadam. This material world means every step there is danger. There is no question of safety at any moment. Therefore, Prabhupada Maharaj recommended Kumaram acharit prajna dharman bhagavatam. Why in the beginning of childhood one should learn Bhagavad Dharma? Durlabam manasam janma. Somehow or other we have got this body, human form of body, durlabam, after many, many births. They do not know, the foolish person, they do not know what is the value of this human form of life. Jalajanam lakhani, sabra lakhavinsati, krimayo rudra sankhaka. In this way, 8,400,000 different forms of life we have to pass through. Then we have got this. Especially a civilized human being. The human race, they are also 400,000. 400,000 times. Out of them, those who are civilized, they are called Aryans. Aryan means civilized. Aryan means those who are making progress. They are called Aryans. Amongst the Aryans, there is the division, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha. The Aryans, they do follow this Vedic principle, Varnasam Dharma. Varnasam Acharvata Purushena Parakuma Vishnu Aradhate. What is the purpose of Varnasam? No, Vishnu Aradhana. Why Vishnu Aradhana? There are so many other demigods. That is also answered by Lord Shiva. When he was asked by Parvati, what is the best form of worship? He recommended Aradhananam Sarvesham. There are many different types of worship. Sarvesham. Vishnu Aradhanam Param. He never said, Lord Shiva, that my Aradhana is. Krishna says, Mamekam Saranam Bhaja. But no other demigods had ever said, no. You'll never find. Here Lord Shiva says, Vishnu Aradhanam Param. Then again he stresses, Tasmat Parataram Devi Madhyanam Tadhyanam Aradhanam. Vishnu Aradhanam is the best, but better than this best there is another Aradhana. What is that? Tadhyanam Aradhanam, to worship Vaishnava. Vishnu Aradhana is the topmost, but Vaishnava Aradhana is still more. Narottam Das Thakur therefore says, Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Peche Keva. The Vaishnava Aradhana is so important. Therefore Krishna says, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadakshanti tad jnanam jnanina tattadarshina. Tattadarshi This word tattva is very important. Unless one is tattvadarshi, there is no use to take instruction from him. Useless, waste of time. Tattvadarshi means, Krishna says in another place, Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschit jatati siddhaye. Siddhi means liberated, means who has no more the bodily concept of life. This is the Vedic meaning of aham brahmasmi. Aham, I, the spiritual spark. I am not this matter. I am a spirit soul. That is Brahma. So long we are in the bodily concept of life, that is called jiva bhuta, mamaivangsha, jiva bhuta, conditioned soul. And when one understands aham brahmasmi, that is called brahma bhuta. There are two words. The conditioned soul is called jiva bhuta. He is thinking, I am American, I am Indian, I am Brahman, I am Kshatriya, I am cat, I am dog, I am this and that. That is called jiva bhuta. And in the human form of life, when he studies athata brahma jigyasa, when he is inquisitive to understand Brahma, spirit, that is real life. Jivasya tattva jigyasa. In the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam it is said, dharmartha kam moksha. So, moksha means tattva jigyasa. Jivasya tattva jigyasa. Na jastiha karma bhi. That tattva jigyasa means to understand Krishna. You will find in the Bhagavad Gita, Kaschit vetti mam tattva. He said, tattva jigyasa, who will inquire about tattva? Those who are siddha. So that siddha state, brahma bhuta state, is not for everyone. Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschit jatati siddhaye. Out of many millions of persons, one may be interested how to become siddha, to understand aham brahmasmi. That is called siddha. And jatatamapi siddhanam kaschit vetti mam tattva. This is called tattva jigyasa. The tattva jigyasa is meant for the siddhas, not for the fools and rascals. They cannot. They are inquiring, kya bhav hai? You'll find in the market, big merchants, they have got exchange in Calcutta, Bombay. The inquiry is kya bhav hai? But not that inquiry. क्या भाव है, इस शेयर का क्या भाव है, चावल का क्या भाव है, दाल का क्या भाव. Not, that is not tattva jigyasa. Tattva jigyasa means what is Brahma. That is it. Because Vedas indicates, they try to understand aham brahmasmi, you are Brahma, tattvamasi, soham. So this is the Vedic injunction. The Vedic injunction, tattva jigyasa, that is the first aphorism in the Vedanta Sutra. Athata brahma jigyasa, the human form of life, is meant for inquiring about the absolute truth. Therefore, Bhagavad explained, Jivasya tattva jigyasa. That is the explanation of Brahma Sutra. Therefore, you'll find at the end of each chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Śrīmad-Bhāgavate Mahapurane, Brahma Sutra Bhāsya, the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the real comment of Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra was compiled by Vyasadeva. He summarized all the Vedic knowledge. Summarized all Vedic knowledge into Brahma Sutra, in nutshell. Then he was not satisfied. Although he made so many Puranas, Mahabharata, Brahma Sutra, Upanishads, etc. When these were current, he wrote into letters in the book, being compassionate on the people of this age, all fools and rascals, they have no good memory. Therefore, he compiled all these Vedas into writing. Before that, there was no writing. People were so sharp in memory, simply by hearing from the Guru, they will remember. Simply. The education and the brain and the capacity was so nice. But that is not possible. In the age, everything is diminishing. The strength, bodily strength is diminishing. The memory is diminishing. The duration of life is diminishing. Man's propensity to be merciful is diminishing. At the present moment, even in the civilized world, so-called civilized, if one man is being killed on the open street, nobody will go and help him. Because the tendency for showing mercy to others, that is diminishing. The bodily strength is diminishing, memory is diminishing, dharma, the principle of religion, that is diminishing. This is calculated. Therefore, Brahma Jignasa, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was questioned by Prakāśānanda Saraswati at Benaras, follower of Shankar philosophy, that there was meeting between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like to meet the Mayavadi sannyasis. He used to live alone. But sometimes these Mayavadi sannyasis, they are criticizing him that this Bengali sannyasi come from Bengal, he does not indulge in reading Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Sutra. He dances and chants with some ecstatic people. What kind of sannyasi is? A sannyasi is meant for studying Vedanta Sutra, Sankhya philosophy. Some of them are very learned scholars, there is no doubt about it. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was inquired by Prakāśānanda Saraswati, "Sir, I learned that in your previous life you was a learned scholar, you was known as Nimai Pandit. And you have taken sannyas. So instead of reading Sankhya philosophy and Vedanta Sutra, you are simply chanting and dancing with some fanatics. What is this?" This was the question. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied that, "Sir, if I reply your question candidly, please do not be sorry." "No, I am not sorry, we are prepared. Because my Guru Maharaj saw me, I am the greatest fool. Guru Mare Murkha Dekhi." Kohila Vedante nahi tavo adhikar. He became a fool. The purpose was that the present moment they are simply fools and rascals. What they will understand about Vedanta? Therefore, the Shastric injunction is Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama. So there was very long discussion and all the sannyasis, 60,000 sannyasis, they were convinced about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy, his explanation of the Upanishad. So it is not that the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sampradaya is simply chanting and dancing. If required, they are prepared to answer all Vedic discussion. They are prepared. We have got so many books, all Vedic discussion. Not that we are simply but this is sufficient. Simply chanting is sufficient. But if one thinks like Prakashananda Saraswati, that these people simply chant and dance, sometimes one sannyasi accused them, like in Germany, that Bharati. So, we answered them that come on, we have got at least 75 books, 400 pages each, to teach you Krishna consciousness. Come on. So we are prepared. It is not that. Chaitanya, we are the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was chanting and dancing. But when there was Prakashananda Saraswati, when there was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he discussed Vedanta very elaborately. Not with fools and rascals. A pandit like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, a sannyasi like Prakashananda Saraswati, who knew what is Vedanta, what is Vedas, then we are prepared. Because we know certainly. Krishna says, Vedashta sarvai ahameva vedam. If anyone understands Krishna, it is to be understood that he has studied all the Vedas. There is no doubt about it. Vedashta sarvai ahameva vedam. Bhaunam janmanam ante jnanaman mam prabhadat. Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudullava. So everything is explained there. We are preaching Krishna consciousness not with empty hand. We are prepared to talk on Vedanta, we are prepared to talk on Upanishad, and the conclusion is Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Iti chamsa kala kumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This is the conclusion. Krishna also confirms that matta parataram nanya kinchi jasti dhananjaya. Pranava, sometimes they take Pranava as the supreme. Krishna says, Pranava aham sarva vedesu. This Pranava Ankar in all the Vedas, that is I. That is my sound representation. So, this holy name of Krishna is so powerful that simply by chanting one can become liberated. This is the blessing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, Iha hoite sarva siddhi hoive tuma. All siddhis. Cheta darpana mani. Siddhi means to cleanse the heart, that is siddhi. Because we are now materially obsessed. We are thinking, I am Indian, I am American, I am this and that, all material, upadhi. And bhakti means when you are freed from the upadhi, then bhakti begins. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankhati samas sarveshu bhuteshu madhbhakti lavate para. Then bhakti begins. Bhakti is not for the person who is not liberated. Because as soon as you begin a bhakti, devotional service, you immediately come to the liberated platform. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Mancha vyavicharini bhakti yogena ja sevate sagunan samatittayetan brahma bhuvaya kalpate. Bhakti, beginning of bhakti means immediately he is on the Brahma platform. We are trying to understand aham brahmasmi, but if you take to devotional service, you are immediately on the platform of Brahma bhuvaya kalpate. So this is the scientific understanding of Brahma bhuta state or aham brahmasmi. Everything is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. So therefore, this name is Brahma. The holy name of Lord is Brahma. Brahma's name means Brahma. Because Brahma is absolute. He is not different from his name. He is not different from his form. He is not different from his quality. Otherwise, how we are worshipping this form of Krishna here? This Krishna and that Krishna. There is no this and that. Krishna is one. But even if we think that this is the statue of Krishna, that is our misconception. It is not statue, it is Krishna. Or we have to prepare our eyes to see. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he entered Jagannath temple, he immediately fainted, here is Krishna. Here is Krishna. Because he had the eyes to see Krishna. So we have to prepare our eyes to see. That eye is also explained in the Brahma Samhita. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santas sadaiva hridayeshu vilochanena. To develop your love of Krishna, then Krishna will be revealed. Sevan mukhehi jivado swayameva surattada. So you cannot understand Krishna by argument or by this staring eyes. No. You have to prepare your eyes, you have to prepare your ear, you have to prepare your nose, you have to prepare your tongue, you have to prepare your hand, you have to prepare your leg. All these senses, sarvapadhi vinimuktam tatparatena nirmalam, rishikena rishikesa sevanam bhaktiruchyate. These senses, now it is upadhi. I am thinking I am American, therefore my hand is American, my leg is American, my eyes are American. No. You have to become free from this American eyes or Indian eyes or Brahminical eyes. No. Pure eyes. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tatparatena nirmalam. When your eyes are purified from all these designations, when your senses are purified, then nirmalam means purified. That sense is purification does not mean that you are senseless. No. Just like cataract operation of the eyes does not mean pluck out the eyes. No, the eyes will remain, the cataract will be taken away, then you will see. So, when your material conception of life is finished, aham brahmasmi, that is called aham brahmasmi. And to simply realize aham brahmasmi will not stay. You have to go further. Brahma bhuta prasannatmana sauchati na kankati samas sarveshu bhute madbhakti lavati. If you make further advance, then your Brahma activities will begin, and that is called bhakti. Thank you very much.